Greetings and salutations, comic book conversationalists. This is Comic Book Hangover. My name is Scott, and here we are with another weekly haul, weekly review, sort of, kind of, maybe. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Video. But I know one thing I do want to share before I get into my comics is more of the stuff that we got from a small show, our first show that we've been to in quite some time. I think since before the little gift that China gave us, COVID, and forced the government forced everything to shut down and screwed up everybody's lives because of nothing. First show since all that, Astronomicon here in Michigan. We picked up, that's actually where Torrin got his hockey mask sign. That's where we got the Hellraiser configuration box. We also got a few other things I want to share real quick. There's a local contingent of Ghostbusters there. So we got a cool Frozen Empire sort of mini poster, a little print size poster. We got two of those. That was pretty cool. And then comics artist extraordinaire Jason Moore was there. I met him pre-COVID at a show and got my North Star Comics Leatherface #1 signed by him, which he had there unsigned and selling for like $100. I'm like, maybe I should get mine graded, I guess, and get it encapsulated. So CBCS might be getting that book from me soon. But he was selling prints, and there was two that I wanted. Couldn't think of another one, so I let Torrin pick out one. And he's a big fan of John Carpenter's The Thing, so he picked out this print, Jason Moore print, that's going to go up in his room. We're going to get a top loader for it, so we'll be able to move it around freely. We can stick it to the wall however we want, but he grabbed this one. He's quite happy with it, quite proud of it. Now, the two prints that I picked out, the first one is a cover that he had done for Elvira. I think it was Elvira in Monsterland or something like this. One where she was going from movie to movie, and they were doing parodies of classic, both actual classic, cult classic, and contemporary classic horror films. This is the one cover that they did where she is dressed up in Freddy garb. So I have that on a print. One of my favorite covers from that run. So I had to grab that. And also did this one here. I had no idea he was doing these kind of things, but he did a Godzilla print. And, you know, I'm a huge Godzilla fan, so I had to grab this one. This one actually looks like Godzilla from the Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack story. So I like that design for the character. So that was really cool. That is some of the other stuff that we got from the show. I also did get this in the mail recently. I haven't opened it yet, so I may open it this week. So next week's video might be in the background here to go. I have a Ghost Rider poster up this week. Kind of goes along with it. Did not plan it that way, but I got this from Hasbro. Their Hasbro Plus or Pulse or whatever their website is. They had these on sale for $20. I could not resist, and that is the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider figure. I don't like how it's this kind of packaging that doesn't have a plastic bubble in it, so you can't see the figure. You can't see anything in it. So you do have to open up to actually enjoy the figure, but I always open my figures anyway. I like to set them free and let them breathe. I don't like to keep them in the box, but I do like this box. I might actually keep this box, although I'm not going to keep it in the box. So there is the back of it. I thought it was kind of funny, though, that it says here, Johnny Blaze becomes Ghost Rider at the cost of his soul, joined to a demon with vengeance as his goal. From what I remember of the Zarathos Ghost Rider, he didn't really give a rat's tail end about vengeance. He just liked to torture people and burn souls. Vengeance wasn't his gig. But I do like how they actually did this one right, where they did not give Johnny a chain. Seems like recently in recent figures, he always comes with a chain, which makes no sense because this version of Ghost Rider never used a chain. But there is that. I'm going to be opening this one up soon because it's Ghost Rider and I love it. New Ghost Rider poster up for this week. Now for the books that I picked up, sorry for the shaky. The books that I picked up this week, quite a few actually, and I was able to read most of them, starting with top of the stack. We're just going to go in this order here. From DC, Crisis on Infinite Earths #1. This is a facsimile reprint. I love this. Love these facsimile reprints. Now, this is going to be like, I'm going to set these down here. This is going to be sort of what Marvel is doing with Secret Wars, and with that year's worth of Amazing Spider-Man, starting with issue 252. They're going to be reprinting the whole thing as a regular monthly comic. So I will have the entire run of Crisis on Infinite Earths, just like I'll finally have a full run of Marvel Superhero Secret Wars as a facsimile reprint. I'm okay with that. A lot of those books, like Secret Wars #8, I'm never going to be able to afford. And if I could, it's not really a book that I want to spend a whole lot of money on, because it's not that, I know it's a huge key, but it's not that big of an issue for me. So I'm okay with having a facsimile. So this is also going to give me an opportunity to finally read Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's another one of those iconic storylines that I've never read. I'm going to read it as a monthly. I did read this issue, and it's actually very entertaining. There's a lot of characters and concepts in here that I'm not really familiar with, because I'm not much of a DC reader to begin with. Outside of Lobo and some Batman stuff here and there, I'm not really a DC guy. But the story, the way it's structured, you do kind of get an understanding of what's going on. So I'm able to come into this cold. Anybody can come into this cold and still be able to fully understand what is going on. And this is basically, there's a dark entity that is destroying universes, and then there's the Monitor, who is trying to gather some heroes to hopefully prevent the multiverse from being destroyed. So Crisis on Infinite Earths, #1 of 12. So I get to actually finally read the full run of that. Next one is Cobra Commander #4. Continuing Cobra Commander. This is the penultimate issue. One more issue to go, and then we're going to be able to get the Destro miniseries, and I'm very much looking forward to. I'm looking forward to all these. This Energon Universe thing is so much fun. So he's doing his thing, and at the end of this issue, he is put in the direction of Destro. So we're getting the groundwork for the Cobra organization, and so much fun. This version of Cobra Commander, I'm absolutely loving him. I cannot wait to see him in charge of Cobra, and hopefully we'll get to see him at some point further down the road. If they do the Serpentor character, I'll hopefully get to see this version of Cobra Commander kick the crap out of Serpentor for the first time. I would love to see that, because I never really cared for that character. But Cobra Commander, this series, it's been a lot of fun. Very much looking forward to seeing where it ends up. And hopefully down the road, maybe we'll get another Cobra Commander miniseries or something, because I'm loving how this version of the character is. So we have the first variant cover, Elvira meets H.P. Lovecraft, #3, photo variant. Still waiting to get the photo variant for the first issue, but, it is what it is. I got that one. Let's see here. We'll do this one next. If you remember from last week, I had a little bit of an incident where some of my books got damaged with water. I was going to try to replace them, so when I went to my LCS this week, I was able to replace one, and fortunately, there's one that I really, really wanted to replace, and that is the Stormbreakers variant for Symbiote Spider-Man 2099 #2, I think. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, issue 2. So I got this one replaced. I was not able to get the Action Comics replaced. They were all sold out of all the covers for that. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, that means that I don't need to be reading that series. So I'm bowing out of the House of Brainiac storyline. First issue was okay. Not really much of a Superman reader anyway, and DC is charging like $4.99 for some of those books, and I can't see spending $5 for a Superman comic, because he's not really one of my favorite characters. So what I'm probably going to end up doing, since Lobo is involved, grab the trade when the whole thing is over with, just to have it all. Next up, the cover A for Elvira meets H.P. Lovecraft. Another fine cover there. And then another facsimile edition, Amazing Spider-Man 255, continuing the year-long reprint program for this run of Amazing Spider-Man. And, do I really need to go through how to figure out what a facsimile is for Marvel and for DC? I'm hoping not. I'm not going to do it this week. I will be getting more of these in the future, so we'll go through that in the future. And the last one that I picked up this week, I had a hard time ordering this one. I order my books through Comic Hub. That's connected to my LCS, Nostalgia Inc., in downtown Jackson, Michigan. This book, for whatever reason, was not on Comic Hub. So I just was hoping that they didn't sell out. And it's really not a book that's going to sell out anyway, but it's something that I'm very much interested in. So I was worried that this would be the one book that would sell out. Fortunately, they didn't. I was able to get 3 of the covers that I wanted. There's one other cover that I really want that I might have to order from the publisher. But this is the Three Stooges Centennial one-shot. I did get the photo cover with the boys on it, Larry, Curly, and Moe, 3 of the all-time greats. And it's hard to believe that these guys have been, I mean, they're long since gone. I think Moe was the last one to pass away. It was, I want to say, April 1975. And almost shortly before I was born, we lost the final Stooge. But 100 years, these guys have been entertaining people for 100 years, and they entertain the hell out of me every time I watch them. But I grabbed that cover. I had to get this one here because it has Shemp on it. Nice little artistic look. This is cover D, and just love it. So this is going to be one that I wouldn't mind having something like this, like a Virgin variant of this, so I could put it in a frame and hang it on the wall with the Howard brothers and Mr. Fine. There you go. And then this one here, this one, I don't know, if there's a chance that I could get this one signed, I would absolutely love it. So this is cover C, Three Stooges Centennial. And if you do a search for Three Stooges or Curly G on YouTube, you'll find his channel. And this is the Stooges that they have on there. And what this is ironically, the individual who's playing the part of Larry Fine is actually Curly's great grandson, but a descendant of the Stooges, of Curly. So he's sort of taken it upon himself to sort of continue the legacy of the Three Stooges, as well as, through YouTube. He does, they do live streams where they talk about the Stooges. They interact with the fans, and they have, items and whatnot available. So he's really doing his part to make sure that the legacy continues, which, I mean, it would continue anyway, because it is the Three Stooges. These guys are American legends. They're icons. They're heroes. I mean, there's no other comedy trio that I could think of anywhere in the history of the world that comes close to the Three Stooges with what they did. But this is Curly G. He's the grandson of Curly Howard, one of the original Three Stooges, and he has these other guys. They do the little skits. They do shorts. I love it. I watch them all the time. I try to catch the live streams, but he did this one. He also wrote the main story in this one, where these versions of the Stooges get to meet the original Three Stooges, which is, really kind of a heartfelt, in the Three Stooges sense, story. And I really liked it. So I had to get that. And it'd be awesome if I could get these guys to sign this book. It probably never happened. I don't think they do conventions, and I don't think they're ever anywhere near my part of the country. So it's never going to happen, but a guy can hope, So I got this one here and I love it. Absolutely love it. So those are all the books that I picked up this week. Probably one of the longest videos I've had in a long time. So it's nice to have one that's over 10 minutes. So if you guys got this far, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. At least like. If you got this far, give me a like. I would appreciate that. So my cover of the week is actually going to be the Curly G cover of Three Stooges Centennial. Now, as far as the cover that I want, there's one of these covers that is it's just white, and it has the Three Stooges, this Three Stooges logo here that has a picture of the boys, their logo, and it says 100 years, 100th anniversary. That's just the cover. I would like to have that as well. It also kind of goes along with, where's it at? Of course, I had to get the 2024 Three Stooges calendar. I just haven't had a place to put it up yet, but I love that. Got that because at the end of the year, then I can use those pictures for prints, maybe put them in little frames and hang them up. But there's my cover of the week, some Three Stooges goodness. Another great round of books, and looking forward to next week. Next week might be kind of small for me because I think I've pretty much picked up everything I get regular throughout the month. So I'm not sure what's out next week. I haven't looked at the list yet. So I'm expecting to be kind of small. Hopefully it's going to be kind of small. But that said, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And of course, a couple of days ago, I did have a Marvelous Box video. So please check that out. And I will see everybody next week with another weekly haul video. See you later.